It was a casual dinner, a few friends, a backyard table. String lights swaying above us like soft stars. Jason and I sat close, our fingers laced loosely beneath the table, the wine softening everything that might have otherwise felt sharp. It had been 2 weeks since the cabin. We were closer now. In rhythm, in touch. Even in the silences, I could feel him beside me, like a second heartbeat. But sometimes the world likes to test what you're not quite ready to name, and it came from Clara, an old friend of mine, blunt and curious. So she said, leaning toward me with a grin, "Is this serious or just a long weekend with feelings?" The group laughed gently. Jason smiled. I froze. My mouth opened, but the words didn't come fast enough. And that pause, just 2 seconds too long, was louder than anything I could have said. He didn't bring it up that night, not when we drove home. Not when we brushed our teeth side by side in quiet, not when he curled around me in bed. But his silence was different. Heavy. Like a held breath. The next morning, I found him in the kitchen, staring at the coffee pot but not making a move. "You didn't sleep?" I said. "I did. Just not deeply." I waited. He turned toward me, leaned against the counter. When she asked if it was serious, "You hesitated." "I know." "Why?" I wasn't expecting the question. "That's not an answer," he said quietly. I stepped closer. "Do you really not know how serious this is for me?" He looked at me for a long time. "I want to believe you," he said. "But sometimes it still feels like you're waiting for an escape hatch." That hit harder than I expected, because part of it was true. I'd built my life carefully after being abandoned, planned for disappointment, left doors slightly open just in case, not because I didn't care, but because I cared too much. I reached for his hand. "Jason, if you asked me today, right now, to stay forever, I would. Not because I'm afraid of losing you, but because being with you feels more honest than anything I've known." His eyes softened. "Then why the hesitation?" "Because I'm still learning how to stand in something good without flinching." He nodded slowly. "Then stand here with me, as long as it takes. But don't disappear into the silence when the world asks questions we both already know the answers to." Later that afternoon, I did something I hadn't done in years. I printed a photo of us. The one from the cabin, his arm wrapped around me. Both of us laughing, heads tilted toward each other like gravity itself knew where we belonged. I placed it in a frame and set it on the shelf in the living room. Visible. Permanent. Now. Longer tucked away like a maybe. Jason walked in later, drying his hands from the sink, and noticed it. He didn't say anything. He just walked over, took the frame in. His hands. And smiled. That night, as we lay tangled together, he whispered, "I saw the photo." I kissed his shoulder. "Good." And then, without ceremony, without fear, I whispered back, "I'm serious about you." I just needed to stop being scared of saying it out loud. He kissed me like an answer. Slow, deep, certain. And in that moment, I realized the future wasn't waiting for us anymore. It was already here.